Good morning, everybody. It is the 8th of October. We had a nice cold front push in, and Kaylee and I are going to be up and feeding this morning. We're heading to breakfast.
Yeah, lucky me.
I wanted to deer hunt this morning, but Kaylee wouldn't let me out of bed. So
That's not true.
here we are. I think I'm going to be heading to Ohio this afternoon to try to kill my doe. I'm going to set some a cell cam up out there and another trail camera, and we'll see what happens. But the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to kill some breakfast. Get ready for the day here.
I'm not ready for my close-up.
We are making the trek out to Ohio. We got left a little bit later than I'd like. I went out and freshened some scrapes and checked some cameras, and I got the climber loaded up in the back. I'm not sure if we're going to use that or not. I might hunt off the ground depending on the situation. We've got out there where I'm going, there's a wind straight out of the west, which sets up good for the creek bottom that I'm going to be in. But I've had a cell cam out here, and it's totally dead. It's been pretty discouraging. There was some big doe in front of it last night, which is promising because where I'm hunting, I need to shoot a doe before I can shoot a buck. So I've got to shoot the doe and then take and get her checked in. So first things first, we need to draw blood on a doe. So we're going to see if we can't make that happen tonight. Hi, can I get a number 4 with a large coffee with 1 cream and 1 sugar?
Yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
773.
Okay. Figured I could talk to you guys a little bit about this property out in Ohio and how I got access to it and stuff like that on the trip here. So the landowner is a mutual friend of my aunt. My aunt works out in Cleveland. She's an anesthesiologist, and she has a lot of connections out there. And I was talking about trying to find some public land to hunt out. There's a dead buck on the side of the highway. Anyways, I'm sidetracked. Okay, so anyways, I was asking her about different properties I might have access to or anything like that. She's like, you know, I have this friend that has some property not far from where I live, and this is right on the outskirts of the city of Cleveland. So I got in contact with him and the landowner, and a super good guy. You know, I didn't know him from Adam until I met him for the first time, and really stand-up guy. Anyways, in order to hunt where I'm hunting, you have to get a special permit because it's just on the outside of Cleveland. It's kind of like a suburb area, so the houses are pretty close, and you've got to be able to hunt on a parcel that's got 15 acres or more, owned by 1 or 2 people that you have to get, you know, permission by both of them. So you have to get written permission. You take it down to the police department, and then they'll issue you a permit. But in order to get a buck tag, you have to shoot a doe first, like I was saying earlier on. They have a huge, you know, deer population problem, you know, just outside the city, and they were trying to figure out how they could combat that. So this is kind of a program they're doing to try to promote people to kill does. So that's what they're doing. So we have to shoot a doe before we can get our buck tag. This property is really cool. It's actually like it's right on a river or a stream, and it's a lot of thick brush in the bottom, and there's some steep ridges that come down into it that are full of oak trees. So it's a nice property. I've hunted it now for 3 years. I've hunted 2 of the biggest bucks I've ever hunted in my life on this property. I laid eyes on one of them once, and I never got to see the other one in real life, but I've got both sheds off the one that was he scored 158 inches. I got both of his sheds, and that buck actually disappeared. I didn't see him at all last year, and I haven't seen him yet this year on the cell cams. But in fact, I haven't really seen any bucks on my cell cam up there this year. I'm taking more, and I'm going to change the spots with them and relocate them a little bit and try to get in some better areas. I'm going to get them up on that oak flat where there's a bunch of oak trees, and I'm sure that they're spending a lot of time up there. So we'll see you when we get there. Okay, we made it to Ohio, everybody. We're heading down to the creek bottom. There's a huge trail that runs down the edge right here. We just made kind of a mock scrape and put this camera up right here over it. Whoa. That's the tree we're gonna go up. We're right down in the creek bottom right here, and there's a little open spot that the landowner actually mows down here. The deer oftentimes cross right through this going over toward this oak ridge over here. Well, we're all set up here, and I just climbed up into the tree. As soon as I got up and turned around, I saw a deer running away from me, a doe. She must have been bedded right over here in this brush. Of course, my wind isn't going like... I don't even know why I look at what the wind's supposed to be doing, because it's not doing what it was allegedly going to be doing. But whatever. There's some paths that come out into this opening right here, and a lot of times the deer come right through here and work their way up that way. That deer I just jumped was over there and took off running that way. Just gonna give you guys an update. The wind did finally settle in, coming pretty much straight out of the west, which is good. No sightings of anything since we bumped that doe getting in the stand today. We got this pinch right here. The creek stream is right through there. It's only about 25 yards to the edge, so nothing can get in between us there. These were the does that were standing right out there yesterday where my cell cam is. That's a shooter. Well, folks, I couldn't help myself. Woodchuck came out and started eating the apples. I just shot it. Landowner has some apple trees up in his yard up there, and he always comes down and drops them right there in front of my trail camera. It's, want to be clear, it's totally legal here in Ohio on private land to bait. You know, you could put a bunch of corn down here or put whatever, essentially whatever you wanted. But when he mows his lawn, he cleans up all the apples and dumps them down here, so it works out great for me. That woodchuck, I've been getting tons of pictures on my cell cam of it. coming out there and eating those apples. So when it came out, I was like, he's got to die. I made a long shot on it. We got him killed. No more pictures of woodchuck. Well, this is the same broadhead that shot my doe opening day. And now I got a Ohio woodchuck with it. Oh, it ruined my arrow. That was an expensive woodchuck. He actually went all the way over here before he died. There he is. Big fat one.